25 years ago today, a video camera captured an arrest that shaped U.S. history. On March 3rd, 1991, a man recorded this scene from his apartment balcony in Los Angeles.
Ooh, it's still hard to look at. It shows LAPD officers beating a man named Rodney King.
The tape starts with a 15-year-old girl sitting on a bench. Deputy Paul Sheen walks her to a holding cell with his partner in tow. As Sheen stands outside the cell door, you can see the girl kick off her shoe. There is no audio on the tape, but watch what happens next. After the video appears to show Sheen hitting her twice, both deputies spend the next 20 seconds apparently handcuffing her. Then, in this scene, Sheen lifts her up by her hair.
Hold on.
Don't touch him, please.
The girl came over.
Not touch him.
Gave us a
Damn, man.
Put your hand behind your back.
I can't breathe. 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 I can't breathe.
Police brutality. I think it's unfair at one sense. Like, I don't know, too many minorities out there. So not all of us have like a word to say. So there's always like different perspectives and different views on that as well.
I think the media definitely has a lot to do with it. I think there was always police brutality. With social media, it's a little more amplified. So people know about it more. Whereas, you know, before social media, people really didn't know about it. Especially going back to, like, the LA riots. I don't know. There was always police brutality. It's just more amplified, but yeah, publicized now.
I think that the police are a little bit out of hand because they're not properly trained. So I feel like they're more... I feel like when they're faced with danger, they just react to what their first instinct is, which is violence.
I do believe it does exist in today's society. I feel like it's a little heightened because of social media. Like, there's a lot more focus on it today, but it's like a two-sided sword. Like, there's a lot on both sides of it, I believe.
I definitely feel that it exists, as you can see over the news and the things we've been encountering in this country, that it definitely exists. It is definitely there, and it's happening on a daily basis.
It can be affected, but it also can't, because it's just, you have no reason on searching me. Why are you searching me? Or like, you have no reason, like, I have no gun. Why are you searching me? Why do you have a gun pointed at me if I honestly don't have a gun on me? Like, there shouldn't be a reason on that anyways.
It's not effective at all. Especially you need like a reason to stop people. I don't know the technical term at the moment, but I mean, I know for like myself, my dad, we're Italian, but he doesn't look Italian. He looks like he's like Arabic or Muslim. So I remember the one time we got pulled over and the cop was like, "Where are you guys going?" And we were like, "We're going home." And there was absolutely like no reason for the police officer to stop us. And my dad's like, "Well, why did you pull me over?" He's like, "Oh, your car just fit the description." We're like, okay, so there was literally no reason for him to stop us. So I kind of like understand the racism behind it, because I get that often, you know, being with my father. So
I don't believe it's that effective, because a lot of it's left to it's up to the officer, and then they can choose who they want to frisk, and depending on their personal beliefs, then it could be skewed.
I believe it was effective for the original plan they had it for, but now I believe it's just being abused, and people are just, you know, police officers are just abusing their power, where they just see somebody who looks skeptical, where they could just go and attack them and frisk them, where they really aren't really doing anything. They're just going to the library, they're just going home or something like that.
I think there should be new rules, but I also think it goes down to core training. I don't think the officers are trained properly to where I feel like when they're put in a situation which might cause danger or something and they get scared, obviously, like, I feel like when we get scared, we react to violence, we resort to violence, to anything to stay alive. So I feel like they need to teach them how to deal with their fears and, you know, how to be in situations where they can handle themselves well and not assault someone.
I think it could. It just, some of it, like I said, I think it depends on the police officer and how each officer will handle a certain situation, or their, like I said again, their beliefs. Or like, I believe some police officers today are probably paranoid a little bit now, but at the same time I also do believe there's a fair amount of police officers that shouldn't have that job.
Honestly, I think it has a lot to do with their training, because I know a lot of police officers and correctional officers, and they're very racist and very hostile people. So I think that's just like the way that they're trained. Took a few courses, and you know, instead of like trying to like tame somebody, they're trained to shoot someone 3 times to kill. Like, but why do we have to resort to kill somebody to tame them, or, you know, to get them tamed, essentially? So
I don't believe so. Police officers are going to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, who's going to be there to really say they didn't follow the rules? You know, who's going to be there to say, well, that's not really what happened? Because people feel that if they snitch, they might be targeted or things like that. So at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do.